Are home prices cooling off here in the Twin Cities? Are we in a buyer's market, a seller's market? What about interest rates? Let's take a look at the August real estate report here in the Twin Cities. My name's Travis Anderson. I'm a local realtor working with buyers and sellers in Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Let's talk about the August real estate report. The median home price in the Twin Cities in August 2025 was $400,000. The average home sale price was $476,000. That's actually up 0.9% from the previous August. We are seeing a steadying of prices in our market. The month's supply of inventory actually increased to 2.6 months. What that means, if no other home were to come on the market here, it would take 2.6 months to sell the current active inventory. Now that's still a seller's market. It is a little bit higher than it was last year. We're moving upward. And as we approach 4 or 5 months of inventory, that's where we're going to see a real shift from a seller's market to a buyer's market. The average days on market was 42 days in August. That does include your inspection period. Assume that the average inspection is maybe a week long or something like that. The average days on market was really 35 or 36 days. That's up substantially. We're seeing our listings sell in about 3 to 4 weeks. So we're selling a little bit faster than the market average, but 35 days, 36 days, something like that in August is what we expect. Now, the number of closed sales were down 6.3%, while the number of pending sales were up 1.9%. So that means we should have a slight increase in closed sales in September. The number of listings that hit the market were down 6% year over year. As you can see, there are fewer sellers trying to sell, slightly more buyers trying to buy, and it is creating a pinch in the market. And you will see that home prices that were priced properly sold at 100% of their asking price, which is actually up month over month. Now, there were a little over 100 foreclosures that listed and sold in August. That's up slightly from the previous couple of months. In fact, we've only had over 100 foreclosures in a month 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years. So we are starting to see a few more foreclosures. If it hovers around 100, that's not an issue. But if we start to see that increase or continue to increase, that's something we're going to have to watch because that will affect prices. Of course, rates are still a hot topic. The beginning of August, we saw rates at 6.875. They did come down to 6.625. I had a handful of clients lock in below 6.5. I even had one client buy their interest rate down into the 4.5%. So that's something we're starting to see more and more of as well. So what's the bottom line in this Twin Cities market update? Look, prices are steady. Inventory is still really tight, so it's more of a seller's market. Sales are slowing, which they do slow seasonally, and buyers are gaining just a bit more leverage and negotiating power that we see in this seasonal market as we approach the end of the year. Of course, this is more of a broad real estate market update here in the Twin Cities. If you're curious about your situation, whether you're a buyer, seller, or an investor, do me a favor, give me a call, shoot me a text, hit me up in the comments section. And as always, all my best to you and yours.